Good evening, all of you. On behalf of Learning 28 Days, I welcome you all. Today, we will discuss important topics on full stack product development. We have four dignitary speakers from industry: Mr. Rahit Ranjan, Mr. Devapam Poddar, Mr. Roshan Kumar, and Dr. Shayan Puttatundu. So, briefly, I introduce our first speaker, Mr. Rahit Ranjan. Mr. Ranjan is currently working as a Chief Technology Manager responsible for search and recommendation at Ghana. Previously, he worked at technical leadership role at Cognizant Tech Mahindra. In last 12 years, Rahit has worked across multiple functions in big data, cloud architecture and search engine, web services, Hibernate frameworks, MongoDB and many more. Rohit has strong passion in teaching and mentoring college students. So today Mr. Ranjan will share insight on how software developers work with ML or AI scientists, what to know as a developer to work in this field. Over to Mr. Rahit Ranjan.
Okay. So here basically means I am just going to give a talk on the search and ecosystem and why it is useful in the industry and which industry actually. So when you look for the e-commerce, which is currently trending, e-commerce and streaming. Okay. So like Netflix, YouTube, uh, Ghana, Spotify, Savan, and e-commerce like Amazon, Flipkart, they are all using the search and recommendation system on their platform because they have a huge catalog and a huge data collection. Okay, machine learning is not a new tech; it's very older one. But previously, the industry were lacking the amount of data, which is currently available in very huge amount. Okay, so these ML techniques means can be giving you the more efficient and means results because of the huge amount of data only because the machine can learn from the data actual data which is coming from the user behaviors. Okay. The other thing is the search engine. The search engine is means you can say the basic building blocks of the platforms because this huge catalog cannot be just shown on the screen pages. Okay, so for that means lot of means the data catalogs are hidden in the just databases and they are not able to come up to the users. So these two ways, the search and the recommendation, can increase the discovery on the platform. Okay. So in this means the course, what we are going to learn, because we have now have a good understanding means in which industry, why these technologies are useful. Okay. To get more and more discovery, to get more and more engagement of a user on the platform. So these machine learning techniques are very much helpful in building these systems like search and ecosystems. So means the objective is like where to start. Industry means how the industry actually explore the things, how we should develop the products, like how we can develop the search engine. Okay. So like first we have to understand the search ecosystems, means how a search engine works actually. Then in an industry, not we are just going to create a product. Like if I have to create a search product, how we are going to just create a search engine. So based on means prior to that, a lot of engineering is done. And then architecture comes up always in a basic designing process. Okay, means there are a lot of search engines available, whether we can also develop. Like for example, Solr and Elasticsearch is there. Why we should go for the Solr, why should go for the Elasticsearch? Those kind of things are always debatable. Okay. So we will just see which use case is solved by which search engine, or we can create our own custom search engines. Okay. So for that, a basic search engine, how the search engine works, that understanding is required. Okay. So for that means again we go for the tech stacks. Means what are the tech stacks we can use to develop our search engine or to integrate we developed search engine can be integrated in our product. So what are the tech stacks industrialists design or think about? Okay. Then after that, when we suppose, for example, we have selected a search engine, either a Solr or Elasticsearch, or whether we have generated our own. Okay. So after that, how the data will be indexed? Your search engine is always working on the index to give you the fast results. Okay. So for that, a schema designing is required. So then from the architecture point, we come up to the thinking deeper dive we are doing, and we come up to the schema. Okay. So after that, when we design the schema, we go for some other things like how we can just now deliver the data. Okay. So for that, what kind of next process can be done? Okay. So similarly, the tech stacks means what are the tech stacks essentials are required so that we can go in the means our course. Okay. So these are the basics. Okay. That again we can go in the details. And this ML, like to solve the purpose of the search, how the ML is going to work, means how is going to solve our purpose for lot of things like spell correction and other details that we will see later in the courses. Okay, so now I am ending my means intro, and thanks everyone. Okay, so Sudipta, you can
Yeah,
take
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. Thank you,
Uh,
Rohit.
Rohit, one question, let's for the specially which actually the students asked.
yeah.
Uh, they're just graduating, they only know about very, very basics of machine learning and some fundamentals of Java.
Mm-hmm.
From there, if they really want to build a career in a complex architecture like the search engine which you are currently working, you have built,
Mm-hmm.
they should how they should systematically learn what they have to learn if they want to learn systematically. What are the key areas they have to learn? So can you little
Yeah,
bit?
so that's why I was just going about the basics. Means this search engine, if they just want to learn, so they can either select any one, Solr or ES, and they can go for the basics, how they can learn the search engine technologies. Okay, like how the words or the keywords are stored, the tokens are stored in any engines, search engines. Either they can try with their own, like just tokenize the any words. Okay, and they can think about how these tokens can be searched by matching the string characters or something. So for that means they should have the basics of and, even they can go on the Google and they can try how the Google search engine is working. Okay, how the index is created. So those kind of things are required actually to learn about the search engine. Even for a students, like in the database system, what is being taught in the colleges, there is a basic things is the indexing. Okay, so they can start from there. Am I means have I given the answer or something different there?
Uh, uh,
Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, it's correct. Okay, there is a question that from Sani saying that how to become a ML and AI engineer. So can
Okay,
you go through on that?
okay. So basically, to become a ML engineer, you first have to learn about the techniques of the machine learning, and you should know means where there are a lot of algorithms running in the machine learning techniques. So which algorithm is suitable according to your means use case? Okay, the, you will always have to think about the data, means what kind of the data I have and how I can go to apply the algorithms. Okay, so there are, if you'll just dive into the algorithms, this is a deep sea, you can understand. Lot of like 20,000 algorithms are there, that is not of importance. That's why I have just selected what the industry is using. Okay, like suppose in the e-commerce industry, if you are going to work, then most of the things are, we have to notice about the user and data behavior. So from that data perspective, you have to think about which algorithm is going to suit. Okay. So in that fashion, you can learn slowly. Means first part is the data analysis always, and then
I think
how this
somebody.
data. So always to become a machine learning expert, you have to first understand the means about the data, and the data analysis is most important thing for a ML engineer. Okay. So based on the data, you can just decide about the algorithm.
So, okay, thank you for that. There is another question that how to become a data scientist and which tools are basically used to learn to being a data scientist.
Okay. So basically, for a basic students, I can say I will not just give you the big tools to learn like BigQuery or something. So you can start with some basic Hadoop ecosystem. Okay, Hadoop and Hive. Okay, there are the basic things from where you can start learning about the data. You can just collect any log files or any data if you have on a system. You can just any text data you can just copy on the Hadoop file system, and through Hive you can try to fetch the data. Okay, through that you can do the data analysis. This is the very basic tool, and any like W or Pentaho you can try for getting the dashboard or something. Otherwise, you can use your JavaScript and you can get that.
Uh, I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, it is necessary to learn coding.
It is
It
necessary.
learn coding,
Yes,
machine
yes,
learning.
yes. Coding is always required. Okay, because as a fresher, any industry will
Yes.
have some. Yeah. Uh, without coding, you cannot survive at the fresher level. As senior,
Okay.
you will become like after even after 10 years, a small amount of coding is required in any industry.
Okay.